Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And yes, from the title, I'll be doing an NRL 2023 ladder prediction video. And yes, the NRL season is legit under a week away. It starts this Thursday, 2nd of March. And I'm going to go through my prediction of the ladder and where the teams are going to sit. Now, a new team's come in, the Redcliffe Dolphins, first season in the NRL. Where they're going to sit in the ladder, where am I going to put them in my ladder? But first, I've got a sheet here of NRL player movements and the gains and losses from each team. We're going to go through. This video will be the bottom 8, and then another video will do the top 8. So we'll start with the bottom 8, the teams who aren't going to make the 8. Now, the bottom 8 is technically really the same as last year because I don't think these teams are going to be... They might come up a bit with new trades, but this is what I've got as my bottom 8. So first off, number 17, because we've got the new Redcliffe Dolphins coming in. Number 17, I've got the West Tigers. Now, the reason why I've got the West Tigers is because I don't see them getting any better what they were last year. I think they're going to be another wooden spoon just because they have no superstar player. But I'll go here and have a look at the gains and losses from the Gold Coast West Tigers. So let's have a look. So here it is. The West Tigers, the 2023 losses for the Tigers. The losses were Luciano Leilua. He went to North Queensland during 2022, of course. Luke Gardner, and Tyron Peachy are going to the Panthers. Kima Talangi going to the Manly. Jacob Little and Zane Macroft going to St. George. Jock Madden going to Brisbane. James Tarmo is going to North Queensland. Oliver Gardett going to the Dolphins. Jackson Hastings to Newcastle. And William Kelly is released. So they're losing quite some key guys for the Tigers. And their gains, though, were Isaiah Papali'i, Api Korosaus, Charlie Staines, John Bateman from overseas. David Nofaluma is returning from loan from Melbourne. And David Clemmer. So, yes, their Tigers are gaining some plays, but just the coaching system, the behind the scenes aren't that well at Tigers. And I don't think they're going to get to what the other teams have coming up. I don't think they're going to really be that good coming up in this next season. So, moving on now to 16. 16, I've got New Zealand Warriors just because I'm looking at the gains and losses. They're gaining key guys, of course, and they're losing some of their best players that they were there. So first off, why I've got them as 16 is New Zealand. They did get recently, I think, a new head coach. They're gaining Luke Bedcalf, Dylan Walker, Charles Nickel-Hockstad. Wow, they are Jackson Ford. Tarami Martin from Brisbane. Their losses, though, were Ash Taylor, Shanna Harris-Tavita, Reece Walsh, and Wayne Egan, and Jesse Others, and Matt Lodge, and Cody Nikarima. So, the Warriors, what have I got? Talking about the Golden State Warriors. How good are they going? New Zealand, though. They do have some development players in there, but how well are they going to go in the finals and after the whole season is done, whole year's done? So I don't think the Warriors could either be up into 14th, 13th if they have the new guys who've come in can help. But I just think where the Warriors are at now, I don't see them gaining anything really for that. I'll get through this quickly. 15, I got Gold Coast Titans. They are gaining some great players, you could say that. They're gaining Kieran Foran, Sam Verrills. He was great at Sydney. I could put them higher. Yeah, okay. But their losses, though, was Kevin Proctor, Jermaine Asako, Jared Wallace, Corey Thompson, retired, of course. Why I think the Gold Coast have improved from being, I think, third or where they were last year. I've got the ladder here. So they finished 13th last year. They're finishing 15th last year. So they're finishing 3 spots, nearly the same. I just think Gold Coast are getting Sam Verrills, Kieran Foran, a great Gold Coast team, and also their backline in. AJ Brimson, Jaden Campbell, Tino, David, they have great players. I just think they're still a rebuilding team. Gold Coast are a rebuilding team. Warriors are a rebuilding team. Tigers are a rebuilding team. All those teams are rebuilding at the moment. The teams that aren't rebuilding, like the Sharks, Cowboys, Panthers, they're all champion premiers. They've won some titles there. But I just think the Gold Coast are still a rebuilding team, and once they get, and probably not this year, maybe next year, they start to move up into the first spate, top 8, top 5. Anyway, moving on to 14th, I've got the Newcastle Knights. I do. This team is the exact same as last year. They have really nothing changing for them. They're still a cocky team, I think. They are adding Tyson Gamble, Adam Elliott, Jackson Hastings. Their losses, though, David Clemmer, Tex Hoy, Sumo Sui. So they're losing some guys, but they still keep Jake Clifford, Phoenix Cross, and Adam Elliott. They're getting Tyson Virgil. They still have Locks and Fitzgibbon, Dane Gagai. They still have, and also you've got what's his name? Anyway, I forgot. There's also a lot of more players here. Kalen Ponga, that's the man there. Kalen Ponga you still got, but I think this Newcastle Knights team is still rebuilding. The teams that I've got at the bottom are all rebuilding teams right now. Tigers rebuilding, Warriors, Titans, Knights are really the rebuilding teams. Moving up now to 13th place. 13th place is what's hard, but it's either between Seagulls, Dragons, or Bulldogs is what I've got for this next lot here. 13th place, I got the Bulldogs. Yes, I got Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. I loved what they produced last year when they got Josh Adokar and all the other key players, but they are getting some good guys, the Canterbury Bankstown. They're going to improve from last year. Where were they last year? Last year they finished 12th, so they're going to finish just under at 13th. But honestly, you got to say, the Bulldogs really had a chance to make the finals. Really had a chance, but it was just their backline, and they're still young. So they do adding Josh Reynolds. They're coming back. Ryan Sutton from Canterbury. Also adding Reid Marnie, Viliami Kickout from Panthers that won the premiers last year. So really, they're getting two great guys in Reid Marnie from the Eels and Viliami Kickout. So Bulldogs still have their main man, Josh Adokar there, Jake Alavarello, Matt Burton, who else? Kyle Flanagan still. Then you add Reid Marnie, and you got Tavita Pangai Jr. still. So this Bulldogs team can go the whole way, but how far will they go? I think they'll they could be a bit higher. I could probably put them a bit higher, but this is what my prediction is. I put them at 13th. Now, I'll do 12th and 11th place right now very quickly. So 12th, I got Dragons, and 11th, I've got Seagulls. I think Seagulls, first off, Dragons. Dragons, just quickly find the Dragons. Where are the Dragons? Here. So they're not really adding, their gaining is not really as much. Their losses, though, they're losing some key guys in this, yeah. I should put them way lower, but I think Dragons still have a good shot at the finals. They're just sitting 12th. You could say they're still rebuilding because they're a Dragons team who has everyone, but they're not working together as much. They've got Ben Hunt, though. Ben Hunt, Josh Kerr, Max Vernon, Jake DeBellin, Bailey Bench, Jack Bird. Who else? Jalen Sullivan, Moses Soy, Aaron Wood, so Ravalawa. So this Dragons team is, you could say, is still rebuilding. On the other hand, Seagulls, they're going to get back Tom Trbojevic. They're going to get back their key guy that they missed all of last season, mainly all of last season. And once they get them back, they'll be up firing. But they did lose their 5'8" Kieran Foran. So Daly Cherry Evans and Kieran Foran did work very well, so they're losing him, which is okay, I guess, but still, you really need your team to stay together to be a shot. So yeah, they lost Kieran Foran, Marty Tapau as well, Dylan Walker. So they lost 3 key guys. I don't think they could improve because they got Tom Tavoy's back. You've got Daly Cherry Evans. And now the last 2 spots to round out the bottom 8. You don't see Dolphins here, do you? No, you don't. 10th place, I got the Broncos. Why? Just why though? Brisbane Broncos. They've been up there. They nearly made the finals, but then Raiders swooped in and grabbed them. But why I got the Broncos is they still got their man, their superstar, Adam Reynolds. They still got Adam. Where's the... Hold on. Here we go. Brisbane Broncos. They still got Adam Reynolds at the halfback. They did lose, though, Albert Kelly, Tyrone Roberts, Tyson Gamble, Brecko Lee, Tamari Martin, David Mead, Jermaine Asako. So all those names you see are losing there. But you are getting Reece Walsh, Marty Tapau, Jake Arthurs, Jock Madden, and along with Adam Reynolds, be amazing, Katoni Staggs, Billy Walters, Corey Oakes, list goes on, and Ezra Mann. So why Broncos? I just think they'll be up there in the fight, but I don't think they'll make it like last year just because a new team, eyes going to be on them. But I think they could get it done. They could even make the 8. They could make the top 5, but I just think where they're sitting this year, where they were last year, don't think they're going to get that far. Now, but finish it off. Last position. Who is not making the 8? I think it's the same as this year. I think it's still 8th. So I think it's still top 8 goes through, even though it's a new team. So finish it off in 9th place. Is it the Dolphins? No, it's not. It's the Canberra Raiders. Canberra Raiders, now, they were amazing last year. If you quick look back where the Raiders were last year, finishing 8th. They beat the Storm in finals week 1. They went to the semis and nearly went to the prelim. That's how close they were. They nearly beat... They beat the Storm. Unbelievably, they beat the Storm. So this team, you know how they've had finals experience. They've gone to the postseason in NRL. But you look at who's getting gains in that team. You're gaining 2 players, Danny Levito and Pasami Savu. They're losing though Adam Elliott, Charles Nigel Quokstad, Josh Hodgson, Sam Williams, Ryan Sutton. So they're losing some. You could say key guys, but I just think they're gonna miss out this year. I really think the Dolphins will make this 8 team, the new team. I think they will make the 8 on who they have. Yes, they were. We'll talk more about Dolphins in the next video. But that's the bottom 8. That's all the bottom 8 is. Thanks for watching, guys. So that's the bottom 8. Tigers, Warriors, Titans, Knights, Bulldogs, Dragons, Seagulls, Broncos, and Raiders. Next video will be the top 8. So stay tuned for that. Who's gonna make the top 8? Where's everyone gonna sit heading into this next season? Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be the top 8.